It was December of 2012, and I was sitting in the feds. I had spent the better part of the last 4 years living life like a rapper, talking big chains, foreign cars, blowing money on bad bitches, from bags to plastic surgery, man. I was living. But that shit was over now. Shit, I had a good run, and I already knew this day was coming, so I wasn't really tripping, but I just ain't expect it to be like this. I hadn't put up no paper, hadn't started no businesses or nothing. I just thought I would have more time. Once that money started coming in, it kind of feel like it won't stop. Let me take you back to the beginning. All right, so boom. Back in January of 2008, that's when things shifted. We was block beaters, posted up at the store in Tampa Heights all day. Some niggas had crack. Me and a few other guys had weed and some more shit. Weed sellers got to do a little more. Might have some monkeys or oxys on deck, or whatever pain pills folks was abusing at the time in Florida. The money wasn't great. This wasn't the 80s. Very few niggas was eating. The rest of us made 9 to 5 type money. 6 to 800 a week type shit, and of course we wasn't saving none of it. Fresh sneakers, dice games, hoes. It was a couple guys riding clean, but they people had money. They had a daddy or an uncle, or even a mother that had been in the streets for years, so they was playing with a different advantage and a different mindset than the rest of us. But even them niggas wasn't balling. The streets was dead, bro. Everybody couldn't eat. You had a couple boss hogs in every hood, but everybody else was just getting by. It was a typical day in the hood, though, nothing special. We posted up at the Blue Stove on our 1-2. We see two Monte Carlos back to back, slinging through the hood. One red, the other one was black with a rally stripe. Wet paint, sitting high on 22s. Everybody paying attention, scoping. Man, that's the hoes, bruh. Hey, nigga, that's cheeky. The cars peel off heading towards the big park. My nigga Booby Low come across the street and say, man, that was Cheeky and Tashina, bruh. Them hoes busting them checks. At the time, I just took that to mean they were writing some bad checks or something. See, back in those days, shit like credit card fraud or check fraud was for hoes. Hoes and punks. Real street niggas wasn't really getting into fraud at that point. So, me, I really ain't give it a second thought. Cheeky and Tashina were a couple girls from a housing project that sat on the other side of the neighborhood, Robles Park. Now, even though Robles was technically a part of Tampa Heights, there was a difference. Tampa Heights is Tampa Heights, and Robles is Robles. It wasn't always beef, but it wasn't always peace. If you know, you know. But they were sliding through the hood all day. So eventually, Booby flagged them down. Mind you, we've been knowing them hoes since elementary all the way through high school. Cheeky graduated '07 with us. She was 19. Her little sister was 17, but you know, she got 2 kids and do a lot of grown-up shit, so she wasn't really viewed as a 17-year-old. So they parked the whips, hop out. Cheeky riding solo. Tashina got 2 little hoes with her. Man, listen, these hoes was different. These wasn't the same little dirty foot girls we went to school with. Them hoes had their ass done and some more shit, bro. I'm talking about Jerry Gang was crazy. Talking real jazzy, bro. These hoes was looking nice. It's about 10 niggas surrounding their whips, acting like groupies, and them hoes was eating it up. I tried to play it cool, but Cheeky locked eyes with me. Cheeky always had a thing for me, but she was just a little chunky girl with big cheeks in my eyes. Plus, her sister was fast. One of them little girls who start too early and end up with a bad reputation. She was caught in the bathroom with 6 guys in the 9th grade. And me being one of those guys made things awkward between me and Cheeky. Shit, I hadn't spoken to her since then. We were in 11th grade at the time. That was 3 years ago. But she said, "What's up, Red Dog?" A nickname I had heard since I was a kid. It had been shortened to just Red ever since I got in the streets and made a name for myself. I smiled. That little round chubby face looked so much cuter with that ass attached to it. Shit, I said, "What's up, Cheeky? I thought you was Trina hopping out that bitch." She laughed and put her head down shyly. Got her. I controlled the conversation. Being upfront and inquisitive, but not too nosy. All the other guys tried the "I get money too, what you doing later" type shit. But I had a little more game than that. I could let Cheeky know I was into her and into getting money with her without sounding thirsty. I wanted her to know I could post up in my hood and never think about this moment again. But I also wanted her to know I wanted in on whatever she was doing. "So where you get all that ass back there?" "I know it ain't come from Miss Gladys." She laughed it off. So how is your mom anyway? She good. I just got her a car, little Nissan Sentra off the lot, but I'm going to put her in a Benz soon, though. I say, damn, that's some real shit. I love to see it. I like seeing you up, cheeky. It look good on you. I know where you come from, shit. I know where we come from. I appreciate that. I see you doing your thing, too, looking all fly and shit. I say, shit, let's be fly together. Cheeky was ready to pull off right there. But her sister, who is a pass around a nigga ain't want to be seen with just a month ago, was enjoying the moment a little too much. So we chilled a little longer, but I knew one thing. That car wasn't pulling off without me. Eventually, though, Tashina chose up. My nigga Booby Low and Quail hopped in her back seat, and we all pulled off. That was the last day we spent on the block trapping. We went and got something to eat. Everything on them, of course. It's me, Booby Low, Quail, Cheeky, Tashina, and their cousins, Kiki and Deisha, who were sisters. While we had to eat, Kiki mentioned the hotel, and Tashina snaps out the blue. While we out to eat, Kiki mentions a hotel. That made Tashina snap. You talking too fucking much. We ain't taking these niggas to the trap. The mood got a little awkward. So I blurted out, the trap? What y'all selling, pussy? Everybody started laughing. Everybody except Tashina, of course, because she known to sell it a little bit if she needs some money, so it wasn't really funny to her. A key nigga. No, you got us fucked up. They changed the subject. And Cheeky brought up shopping. She wanted some Gucci shoes, so we leave the restaurant and hit up International Mall. Man, they ended up buying more stuff for us than they bought for themselves. I was a street nigga. This is my first pair of designer shoes. I'm looking at Booby like, man, we them niggas. As we leaving the mall, one of the girls in the car with Tashina come hop in the car with me and Cheeky. She says she's turned into the third wheel. Tashina and Kiki got something going on with your homeboys and I'm in the way. I say, shit, you in the way over here too. Cheeky looks at me and say, we share sometimes, it's okay. They laughing, but I'm not, because I can't tell if they serious. But any apprehension I felt about me and her sister's past was out the window. We pull up at a hotel on the north side of the city. So this y'all trap, huh? Y'all need to let me sell out this bitch. Cheeky say, that's slow money. You need to get on what we on. And that's what I wanted. I mean, I wanted to see what that BBL looked like without clothes, but I really wanted the game. Shit, put me on. We walk into the hotel room. I see laptops and documents. Still not sure of what they doing, I asked, what y'all printing checks in this bitch? Both girls laughed. Cheeky said, nah, that's a rockhead hustle. We getting real money. Cheeky explains that they are doing tax fraud. So you just file a tax return and they send you a check? So you just filed a return and the IRS sends you a check? Well, how you cash a check in somebody else's name? Tony, he take half. Tony was the Arab who owned the hood store in West Tampa. So now I see what's going on. This shit really popping. But just as soon as I got excited, I realized she wasn't giving me no real game. I mean, I knew what was going on, but I didn't know how to do it. She asked if I had filed taxes and if she could. She asked if I had filed taxes and if she could use my social to do so. Now I'm playing back the day in my head. Here we was thinking we was pulling holes, and the whole time they was running game on us. She was bird feeding me at best, but I felt like she was really just using me. Well, us. Because 2 rooms down, Booba and Quail was getting the same rundown. But hell, she said we gonna split $6 grand when it comes, so I played my position. Cheeky was too smart to give me everything I needed from the jump. So I decided to stay around her until the check came, then I could branch off on my own. But once again, she had more game than me. She claimed the money never came because my name had red flags. But she was spoiling me and fucking, so I ain't tripped too hard. But once her sister told Booby and Quill the same thing, it ain't go through, it got flagged, we knew they was running game. Me and Booby was tired of being bird fed and decided we was going to rob them and get our own shit flowing. The plan was to get a couple jits to run down on us and clear the hotel out. We instructed them we was after the computers and any documents with social security numbers. But they also found a bag with $43,000 in it. I knew them bitches was holding out on us. It was a couple days before they figured out it was us. We were acting a little different. We kept 30 grand and gave the jits the rest. So we wasn't as available for them as we usually was. Them hoes had done already laced us up with clothes, so we spent the paper on jewelry and rental cars. Tashina slid through the block and seen us out there posted looking like hood stars and put two and two together. Ho went straight to Facebook selling out. We was some broke ass, dirty ass Tampa Heights niggas who needed to watch their back. Now we was expecting beef with whatever nigga out the projects they could get to step for them. Problem was them niggas was already mad at them hoes for not putting them on. In their eyes, they put some outsiders on and got robbed, so that's what they get. Plus, a few people from the projects had already been scammed by them, just like they scammed us. So them hoes really had no sympathy in their own hood. Our problem was we still didn't know how to file no taxes. But I knew someone who could help us, a legitimate tax professional. My auntie Hattie had a tax business for years. I was timid about approaching her, but I knew there was enough money for everybody to eat, and my auntie liked money. So I just had to pitch it to her the right way, and I did. Auntie already knew what was going on because tax fraud is as old as taxes itself. It's just new to the streets thanks to TurboTax and all the self-filing services online. She explained what to put in, school tuition, and things of that nature that would drive up the return. She showed us what would cause red flags and how to check the progress of each return. This is how I found out for sure Cheeky and her sister had got us. We gave them 4 names including our own, so at least half that money we stole was ours anyway. We left my auntie house with the game down pat. As I'm leaving, a realization came over me. My favorite hard-working rich auntie was a scammer. We always explained away her rich lifestyle because she had her own business. But auntie had been dipping her hand in the cookie jar for years. She probably would have given me the game for free, but I went in there thinking I needed to convince her, so I offered up $1,000 each return. Me, Booby Low, and Quail filed 150 names over the next 3 days. Only 22 were accepted. We expected more names to hit, but didn't realize the girls had already filed most of those names. Regardless, 106 grand was on the way. Shit was about to get real. My auntie laced us up even better than Cheeky could have. We didn't have to go to the Arab store to bust the checks and give them half. We brought prepaid debit cards from Walmart and had the returns routed to the cards. Now we just sit back and wait for the money to drop on the card. And that's how the city got its name. Drop City.